Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Top 5 Ways to Improve Your CMS Call Center Reporting. Thanks for joining us. My name is John Yoik. I'm the Marketing Manager for NetLert. I'm going to give you some background on our company, and then we're going to discuss the top 5 ways to improve your Avaya CMS Call Center Reporting. After that, I'm going to hand it over to Jeff Lovett, our Sales and Marketing Director, and he's going to show you a brief demo of nFocus Plus, our call center reporting add-on for CMS. After the demo, my coworker will pull a random attendee's name out of a hat, and I'll announce them as the winner of the iPad mini giveaway. After that, we'll have a brief Q&A session. So who is NetLert? We are an Avaya call center reporting solutions provider. We were founded in 2000 in Asheville, North Carolina, and we serve customers worldwide, from 2 agents up to 20,000 agents in size. We've been an Avaya DevConnect partner since day one, and we've been supporting IAUG for nearly a decade. We have 2 products, nFocus and nFocus Plus, and both are web-based reporting solutions for Avaya call centers. nFocus is a standalone turnkey reporting tool, and nFocus Plus is an add-on for CMS, providing additional functionality. Both are extremely easy to use and allow unlimited users to create and access reports. We'll be focusing on nFocus Plus for this presentation. If you have CMS, you have the most powerful Avaya reporting solution available. It's the Cadillac of Avaya reporting tools out there. But we found it has several challenges that we hear from our customer base and our partners, which is where nFocus Plus can help. When you first registered for this webinar, we asked you to tell us if you had CMS and what you thought would most improve it. Here are the results. It looks like the most popular choice was an easy-to-use web-based interface, which is pretty consistent with what we hear from our customers. Today we're going to address each one of these and show you how nFocus Plus can improve your CMS reporting by providing a super easy-to-use web-based interface, simplified automatic report distribution, native web-based reports accessible from any web-enabled device, unlimited users can access and create permission-based reports, and you can consolidate your data from all your CMS servers into a single, easy-to-use interface. So let's get started. One of the best ways to improve Avaya CMS is to enable 100% web-based reports and mobile access. CMS was designed as a client-server application for desktop use. When it was first developed, it was not intended for web-based access, and certainly not for mobile access. Well, Avaya's answer to this was to create a web supervisor module that enables supervisors to create and share their reports with other supervisors. Well, if you've ever opened the manual for this module, you know it's pretty complex and a cumbersome process to implement. What we've heard from our partners and customers is that it requires a relatively strong background in CMS and coding. And once a report is created, it's limited to supervisor users only. And you can't create new reports or modify existing reports via the web. You still have to do that from within the CMS desktop client. It's a complicated solution, and it doesn't seem like it was designed for ease of use. Well, nFocus Plus, on the other hand, was built from the ground up to be 100% web-based. You log in, you build, customize, run, distribute, and view any permission-based report. And you can do that from any web-enabled device, your PC, your tablet, or your mobile. The biggest challenge we hear from CMS users is that CMS is simply hard to use. Sure, your CMS power users can whiz through CMS with no problem, and the other 90%, not so much. That's where we come in. We wanted nFocus Plus to be as easy as possible to use and navigate. Call center managers, team leads, lower level management, and higher level management, they just need a quick summary view, an agent view, or wallboards. nFocus Plus's 100% web-based interface makes this data very easy to access and report on. Here you see how to build a report in a web browser with just a few clicks. Here you select the splits, then you select your fields, and you click Report. The reports also support a one-click drill down, so it makes it really easy to dig into your data. It's a very intuitive interface, and it's very straightforward. Just going to go into that in a little more detail in a few minutes. So once you create your historical report, it's time to get these reports to the right people at the right time. Well, CMS doesn't make this very easy. Often users have to resort to programming in Visual Basic or writing Excel macros to automatically compile and distribute CMS call center data. But shouldn't your software tools be doing all that for you? Sounds like a lot of work. NFocus makes it incredibly easy to distribute any historical report to anyone in CSV, PDF, or XLS formats. The Excel format is pretty cool because all the data values are the right type and formatted correctly. Times are time values, quantities are number values, names are text values. This is going to save you a lot of time if you need to manipulate the data. So all you do to schedule a report is select an existing report like this, or build a new one, then click Email the report, then you name it, you select who you want it to go to, select the format, Excel, CSV, PDF. You say if you want to have it on daily, weekly, monthly, or if you want it to go out right now or at some point in the future. And if you do daily, you can tell it what days you want it to report on, when you want to receive those reports, and the hours that you want it to report across. Then you click Create, and you're done. Really easy. The fourth way to improve CMS is to provide an easy way to consolidate multiple CMS server data. Many larger organizations use multiple CMS servers in different physical locations, and they want to be able to consolidate this data into a single report. Well, with NFocus Plus, you can easily run a report with the click of a button and see what happened across the board globally. You can also keep historical data with no restrictions for as long as you need it. Looking at real-time and historical data across the board for the whole contact center in one centralized interface is very powerful. And the fifth way to improve Avaya CMS is to open up access to the data for anyone in the organization who needs it. CMS Supervisor is licensed based on the number of supervisor views, which restricts the number of users who can access reports. The end result is that decision makers don't always get the reports they need right away. And if your call center has a problem, like an unusually long hold time, then your decision maker won't know about it and the problem won't be resolved in a timely manner. Well, NFocus Plus allows unlimited users to access CMS data and create, run, and distribute reports with permissions and privileges associated with each user. This helps ensure that every decision maker gets the data they need as quickly as possible. So I want to share with you a recent success that we had with an NFocus Plus customer. The customer came on board earlier this year, and they're a large, globally recognized technology company. The company has experienced rapid growth in the last decade, resulting in significant growth in their call center through new hires and acquisitions. This expansion required them to reconsider how to get their users the right data at the right time for making quick decisions. The business units had a need for more people to see more data, but due to security requirements, restrictions needed to be in place so users could only view data from within their own unit. Now, CMS Supervisor was a good option for the power users, but it was too expensive and too cumbersome for the thousands of other users who only needed access to their unit's data. The company also required highly functional 100% web-based reporting with no plugins, and they required a way to consolidate their multiple CMS servers' data into an easy-to-read report with one click. Well, the company installed NFocus Plus, and the users immediately fell in love with the product. It proved to be a complete success for the users and the business units, and the company deployed NFocus Plus worldwide within 2 months of discovering the product. This was a large company, and they could have chosen any solution, but they chose Avaya, and they chose CMS, and they had a few of the challenges we mentioned. NFocus Plus addressed those challenges very well, and now we've expanded to over 6,000 agents across 7 CMSs with that customer. So that about wraps it up for my part of the presentation. I'm going to hand it over to Jeff, who will show off a live demo of NFocus Plus. And then after that, he'll hand it back to me. I'll announce the iPad winner, and we'll have our Q&A session. Over to you, Jeff.
Thanks, John. Basically, I'm just going to run down through NFocus Plus here and talk a little bit about how it looks and how it flows through and what the product looks like. I just want to confirm, John, you're seeing my screen at this point.
No, I don't see your screen. Maybe can you hit show my screen?
Make me the presenter, please.
Jeff Levitt.
I got it.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Right now I'm just at the login screen in NFocus Plus, and like John was saying, this is a 100% web-based application. So whether it's on your iPad, your BlackBerry, your Internet Explorer. I'm using Chrome right now to show InFocus. Any type of web browser you pull up is going to support. The beauty about this is that you can truly look at and monitor your call center within your call center, outside the organization. If you're traveling, you can have different ways of accessing this information. So by logging into InFocus, I logged in as admin here, and it just takes you through the admin section. The administration section is truly a very simplistic way of administering everything that you need to do in terms of the database, where that's backed up. If you need to restore, talking about your agents in terms of users that can log in, log out of InFocus Plus. The beauty about this is that there's no maintaining names within InFocus Plus. If you maintain CMS in the dictionary, it's automatically pulled over. So it truly just takes a matter of minutes to get that information over to InFocus Plus, and you're off and running. I'm clicking on the actual tab at the top, and you'll see a New York tab to the right of that. That's just a secondary CMS. I can consolidate reporting. I can look at real-time reports across the board. I can see exactly what's going on from multiple CMS servers. Running down through a couple of these reports. Everything that you see here is point and click. There's no really guessing on what you need to see. If you want to look at agent information, you click on agent. There's no trying to understand what type of report you need to look at in order to get the data that you need. It's simplified. Everything that you see is a point and click in terms of the column headers. If you want to sort the different colors that you see popping up on my screen now under available agents are just what we call our triggers, and that's just your typical thresholds that you set up in a call center environment. They can text message you, they can change colors, they can email you, they can pop up, play a sound. There's a slew of different ways of setting that up. Each user can set up their own triggers. However, an administrator can set up a global trigger that overwrites the user trigger. So if everyone has to be on a certain protocol or in a certain service level, they can set that up, and the users will get the triggers that's set up for them. As you're navigating through InFocus Plus, again, point and click. If I click on customer service, I drill down to my customer service department, the agents that are actually a member of my customer service department at this given time. You can also see if agents are members of multiple split skills. If they're skill-based, you can see the state they're in and what split and for that state that they're currently in if they're not in the customer service, taking a customer service call, for example. So from real time, you can easily drill down to see what's happening throughout the course of the day. So you can get from real time to more interval data just by click of a button. Real time information is great, but by looking at this information, what's happened so far today in my customer service department? You just click on customer service and it drills you down. In this call center, the doors open at midnight, so I can see back to midnight my call volume, what's my average speed of answer, what's my percentage in service level, etc. Now, in the database, there's a lot more information than this that I'm showing here for customer service. This is just a really simple, easy way to drill down, see what's happening thus far today, hit the back button, and I'm back in my real-time reports and off and going. Same thing with an agent. If I click on Bob's name, what's Bob been doing today? How long has he been staffed in? What type of calls is he taking or making? What's going on with Bob? I can see that. If you want more detailed information than this, then you would run a full-blown historical report, which I'll show you here in a second. Simple reports like agent grouping. If I want to look at the agents that I have permissions to see, I can look at that in a real-time state like this. I can sort columns in an easy way in terms of views. Now, everything that we have within our product is customizable in terms of a view. So if I want to create a simple wallboard type view, there it is. You put up a LCD or a plasma on the wall. You want to create a couple of these custom boards, you can do that. This is a real-time view. It's refreshing every couple of seconds. You can add as many different departments or fields that we have to offer to create this. Now, I've been showing so far tabular information, but we also have graphical information as well for the same reports, real-time or historical. There's a lot of different ways that you can graph, look at different types of information. We have time series graphing as well that allows you to measure over the course of time. So, for example, I want to see my call volume from the second that I log in that morning, and I want to watch that grow in a bar graph or a line graph over the course of the day. You can set that up, run it, and it's just going to grow over time. So at any given second, you can look at how many calls you've actually taken in your department by looking at a graphical interface, a time series graph. Now, from a real-time perspective, you can look at your BDNs as well. From a call center manager's perspective, they might want to look at this. You can drill down on this as well and get interval data. We have the ability to have a scaled-down view. This is what we call our split stats. And this is really designed, anyone can look at this, but it's really designed for an agent level. So over the years of being in this business, we figured out, hey, our customers have always said, here's the 4 pieces of information. If you're going to give an agent access to see real-time information, here's the 4 pieces of information I want them to see. Well, this little report here, you have the ability to turn off authentication for that report. You also have the ability as an administrator to click on this little link that looks like a chain. It says permalink, and it creates a hardened link with the split numbers that you want to be part of this report, and you can share that link with multiple people. So if you want to roll this out to 200 or 300 agents, just by saying, hey, here's a link. Anytime you want to see what's going on in your department, click the link, add it to a bookmark, add it to a shortcut, and this little window will pop up. There's no other options in this. They can't click around. The only thing they can do is open and close it. So if you're trying to give some agents some self-management techniques, this is a good way to start. You know, if there's a slew of calls waiting and no available agents, then hopefully that agent will make a good decision to stay back and answer the phone. So there's a lot of different ways to utilize InFocus. The customers basically have unlimited ways of using it. We see people sharing some of this real-time information, streaming out to their website. For their customer service department, for example, we can stream all this out via XML, just as easy as you're seeing it here. So there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different uses that our customer base is using InFocus Plus and the data that we have. The database is open. It's open to the customer. We give access to that. Again, we store that historical data for forever, as long as the customer wants to keep it. And they have a full database management system on the admin tab there that takes care of that. I'm going to give you an example of a historical report, and then we'll sort of wrap it up. We're trying to keep this to 30 minutes, so we value your time. I'm going to do a sales report and pre-sales combined. If I wanted to see multiple CMSs in this report, I can. I can look at my New York tab as well, just in report options. I can select the different locations I want to see. But I'm just going to run a very simple report that talks about the dates and times, etc. So you go back to the date that you want to start. So I'm just going to go back 1 year. I'm going to run this by a week and group them together. The group feature is very nice. So if you have a slew of items you want to report on, along with different CMS servers, maybe I want to see a consolidated report. Show me every call how many calls we've taken across, 25 different departments and 3 CMS servers last week. You can do that just by selecting group by time. Automatically does it on the back end. If you're looking to look at more fields, for example, than we show by default, you can do this. The different service levels, for example, is all pulled from CMS. So if you have a service level 9, for example, over here on the right, you just select 9, and that's defined in CMS, and we just report on it. If you want to look at, abandoned calls within certain service levels, you just select it, and it reports on that as well. So everything's dynamically created and pulled from CMS. Just hit submit there, and you got yourself a simple but very powerful report. So what this is showing you is for my sales and pre-sales department combined. What have we done for the past year by week? So I can easily select a column and sort ACD calls and tell you, here's my high call volume weeks, here's my low call volume weeks, here's the weeks that we staff properly or understaffed or overstaffed based on our average speed of answer, abandoned calls, and average staffing. The beauty about this is that you can drill down. So if I'm looking at trying to figure out what happened the 1st of November, the very last couple of days of October, 1st of November last year, I click on week 44, for example, it drills me down. There's the 7 days of that week. So November 1st maybe is a significant day in our company last year. What did we do last year? What did we staff? How many calls did we take? What time did that come in? Summary information is fantastic, but it's not going to show me what my staffing needs need to be. Did these 10,000 calls on November 1st come in before 9 o'clock in the morning? They come in at lunchtime? I have no idea. But the beauty with InFocus Plus is that you can select that, drill down. You can always get back to that half-hour interval data, regardless of how far back it is. So now I can see my call volume. I can see my staffing last year, and I want to replicate that if it worked. I want to make some changes if it didn't. You can always go backwards. Anything that you do in InFocus Plus, you can hit the back button and it goes backwards. It rebuilds these reports on the fly. So I find another day, drill down, and there it is. Very easy to use. Again, like John was saying, all these reports you can save as custom reports. You can export out. You can email reports as well. So again, it gives the users a lot of flexibility. It gives you as managers a lot of flexibility to roll this out to allow other people to look at these reports without you having to sit back and run them or try to explain it. That's about it in a nutshell. We want to turn it back over to John to finish this up and answer any questions that we have.
To keep this video as short as possible, I've cut out the Q&A session, split that into a separate video that's available on our blog, netlert.com/blog. You can see the link here. If you have any questions about NetLert or InFocus Plus, you can contact us at our website, netlert.com, or you can email us at nlsales@netlert.com or call us at 1-866-NetLert. That number is 1-866-638-5378. Again, that number is 866-638-5378. Or you can call our local number, which is 828-418-0023, or you can see a virtual product tour at netlert.com/product-tour-form.php. Again, if you'd like to see the extended Q&A session, it went on for about 30 minutes. It's a very good Q&A session, a lot of really good questions. You can view that on our blog at netlert.com/blog. Thanks for watching our webinar.